for joining my TikTok Live. My name is Yeg Marketer, and today I wanted to talk to you about marketing post-pandemic. Now, I know some of you are thinking, what post-pandemic? The pandemic is not over yet, but I've got my nice little background here, and I am going to be talking to each and every one of you about marketing in the pandemic. So this is if you have a business, if you have a product or service that you're selling. Just put my background here. I love going to the beach, so I decided to put a photo in the background for you to enjoy me. So marketing in post-pandemic. So a lot of people are very, very hesitant about going to restaurants and movie theaters, and I know this at least for my area where I live because I've been going out a lot, and some of the busy restaurants and stores that used to be packed with people are no longer packed anymore. So there are people who are still taking this whole pandemic thing really, really seriously. And one of the things that you can do to make people feel comfortable is to show more visibility, show about how you're keeping it clean in your stores, and show how you can make people feel comfortable to come into your stores. So I do recommend, hi, thanks for joining, that when you're doing your marketing that you do giveaways and contests. If you just bought a business and you are opening your store, I highly recommend that you let people know that you are the new owner of a laundromat or a restaurant, so that you can get people to come into your store and join you, especially in these days and times where people are not going in high volumes to movie theaters like I'm so used to seeing. So now you have your contest, you have it online on social media, you're letting people know about what you've got going in your business because not a lot of customers are coming into your store. Once you do that, you want to start sharing vlogs and videos, especially on TikTok and Instagram, where your potential customers are located, and start showing behind the scenes, especially if you own a restaurant or a food truck. Some people are still really nervous about eating out these days. So show people how clean your employees are, and maybe that some of them got vaccinated. Show how clean you're keeping your restaurant, your tables and your cutlery, and how you're doing the necessary measures to keep your food truck or your restaurant clean. And make sure that you're making a conscious effort of showing at least one of these videos, I would say a week, on your platform, so that people will come into your store. Because as you know, a lot of people are still feeling uncomfortable during these post-quarantine days. And in my opinion, I think the quarantine is only going to last for so long. So why not go above and beyond and let people know how safe you're keeping your stores. Now, from a social media perspective, you really want to build trust, especially in these days of time. You know, people are buying most of their products and services on the internet. People are buying their groceries and having them, you know, sit in the front of a grocery store now instead of standing in lineups, and people are taking necessary precaution to keep it safe. So the other thing that I'm seeing some stores do is they're getting their employees to create TikTok videos, and they're literally doing TikTok challenges, and they're applying it to their store, even with customers in the store, and they're making it light, warm-hearted, fun, and exciting. So in order to attract people into your store, especially the people that are hesitant about going to restaurants, going to movie theaters, even going to retail stores in these days and times, you want to create momentum, excitement, fun. If your store has a mandatory rule that people have to wear a mask, it's Bunny's birthday today. His name is Emily. Hi, Emily. Happy birthday. I hope you're enjoying this TikTok live and keeping yourself warm. I don't know where you are, but it's kind of cold in my city today, so thanks for joining. And so while you are creating these TikTok videos, creating momentum with your contests, and thanks for joining daily content, I appreciate that. And you're having fun. Now you got your contest done, you got your giveaways done. Now get your employees to start doing videos that are fun and exciting in your store, since some people are going to be hesitant about going into your store even though cities have reopened. And when you have your employees do these videos in your store, ask them kindly if they're comfortable with sharing it on their personal platforms. It doesn't have to be a requirement. Don't force your employees to share, marketing videos of fun TikTok challenges in your store, but ask them if they're comfortable with it, because obviously employees are on social, and it's a great way for them to share with their audience what they're doing at work, the fun stuff they're doing at work, which will entice and motivate and inspire people to come into your store, even though a lot of people are nervous to go into stores these days. The other thing that I want to recommend to anybody that has a product or service, again, I'm just saying the food trucks because I think restaurants were probably hit the hardest, in addition to like travel and hotels and stuff like that. Find a way to make the buying process easier for your customers, whether it's doing live stream, like e-commerce live streams on Facebook. I'm not sure if Facebook is, I do believe actually, yes. I think in the US, Facebook right now is allowing stores to do e-commerce live stream events, meaning you can go live and people can click a button on your live stream that goes to a product and a service. So that's the thing that I really, really want to start hitting hard, because I don't think that they have this option available on TikTok. I know on Instagram they were testing e-commerce live streams with the big influencers on the app. I know Facebook has launched it, I believe, in the US as we speak. And I think TikTok will eventually get onto that, but I think it'll take a little bit of time. So try to see if you can use Facebook if you're in the US. Start going live and just have conversations with your audience. I don't think they have the button. Yeah, I don't think they have the button yet here on TikTok. I believe last summer TikTok was talking about doing e-commerce live streams. I'm in Canada. Oh, okay, yeah, not in Canada, but I know Facebook had a news that they're going to do e-commerce live stream, giving people a chance to go live and kind of sell their products without the people leaving the live. It's just like a little feature that takes their debit card and pays for their products and services while they're going live. So try to create an opportunity for your business to start shipping products and making it convenient for the buyer, whether you can maybe, if somebody in your city is buying your products and services, or your product, shall I say, create an option where you can drop the product off, even if you have to meet them halfway. And you can cut the shipping, the shipping costs for those people that can't necessarily buy and pay for shipping. Other things you want to consider in post-pandemic is that there are people who are comfortable with going into your store without wearing the mask and so on and so forth. So maybe you can create a contest to encourage people to refer your store or your wherever, maybe you have a store at home. Encourage people to, hey, Hiati, how are you? It's been a long time. So encourage people to actually refer friends and family your products and services, especially in these days and times where a lot of people are still nervous to go inside of your stores. So that can easily be done by, having somebody in the front of your store, asking those customer service reps in your store, give them a little ticker or something like that. Oh, got some comments here. I have to go, but I enjoyed the live so much. Oh, thanks for joining. And I'm feeling good today. It's good to see you. How have you been? It's been a while. Oh no, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you joining in. And so have a referral system that you don't just market on your socials. Have a referral system when people come into your store, and tell them that if they refer, 10 or 5 people to your store, they can get some kind of a bonus, like a credit to a free gift card or something like that, or $25 off of a meal if you have a restaurant, or a $10 discount off of clothes if you sell retail or merchandise in a store. And this will entice people to tell their friends and your family that your store is open, it's safe, it's clean, it's got the best products in town, encouraging people to do a word of mouth marketing that you don't necessarily have to pay for. So you have to say, I've been good, been working offline for a long time, need to come back to creating content. Yeah, that would be great to see your content and see you rise up in continuing to share new content with us. TikTok Jesus 12 said, Jesus here, blessing to you all. Thank you so much for joining. I feel so grateful to get that message from you, Hayati, and you as well, TikTok Jesus 12. Thanks for joining us. All right, so back to marketing in the post-pandemic days. So other than the giveaways and the contests and the referral system, you want to go above and beyond for your customer service. I'm going to tell you, I've been going into some stores and restaurants in my city, and I've been really disappointed with the customer service. And then there are other restaurants that I go into, and the waiters and the waitresses they're so excited that people are there. If you have a store and your team, your customer service team, your waiters, your waitresses, whatever, they're not turning up the customer service, cranking it up by about 10, that's not good. Because your competitors know that there could be another shutdown and your team might have to be off of work for another 4 or 6 months. So talk to your team, tell them that, look, a big part of marketing isn't just the social media and the advertising, it's customer service. So when people come in here, treat them like family, ask people, how are you doing? And genuinely put on a smile. And I know that's so hard to do, especially when people are working, they don't know if they're going to lose their job. And of course, people have a lot of problems and things that are going on behind the scenes when they come to work. But amp up your customer service, make every person that comes in feel like a customer, even the angry customer that comes in. The branding is everything. Make people feel comfortable, make people feel like they can come back. It really does feel good going into a restaurant these days, and the owners are actually smiling. Before the pandemic, they could care less because they had a high number of customers coming in. So just crank up that customer service in your stores. You know, even if somebody sends you a question or a message on TikTok asking about your products and services, be kind, be thankful, ask them how they're doing, and be grateful for the customer. Even if people come in and they don't buy anything from you, you know, that how you make people feel is so important. Especially in these days of times when we can go through another shutdown and literally, you know, you might have to close your store or go bankrupt. But why not create a legacy now and start something really, really awesome so that people will remember you next year and the years to come, and so on and so forth. Other marketing tips and advice that I want to share with you in the post-pandemic is you need to start researching and finding out how people in your city are thinking about outdoor activities. If you're an event planning company, and obviously offline events are not as high in my city as they probably are in yours, start doing some research to find out how people in your state, in your province, in your country are feeling about getting back out there, and try to figure out what those pain points are and those issues are. And in your marketing, you can actually just do a marketing campaign just on the comfortability of people getting back out there. I went to the movie theaters a couple of weeks ago. I think it was like a week or two after the Fast and the Furious came out. On a typical day, if it wasn't during these days and times, Fast and Furious in my city, the movie theaters are packed up until maybe 2 or 3 months after the movie is out. So you want to just really make it a priority to find out how people are feeling. If you can't get those statistics and information, I highly recommend that you do surveys. Survey your customers, survey the people on social media, whether it's just doing a video or an Instagram story or a LinkedIn story. Start surveying people and finding out what it is that they're thinking and how they're feeling about getting back in there, going to your stores, not wearing a mask, and if online e-commerce is really the best thing that's making people feel comfortable to buy like groceries and necessities and things that they want as well. What else can I sit here and say? Other than these things, which I've mentioned several times, I really think that transparency and openness is something that a lot of consumers and people that are buying these days are really looking to see through your content. So what does that look like? That can mean talking about where your products are made, whether they're local or they're in foreign countries. That can mean talking about if you have a handmade product, you're actually talking about how long it takes for you to make those products and the materials or the ingredients if you're a chef or something like that. and really getting down to the specifics about how your products are made, the ingredients, and if they're eco-friendly, and so on and so forth, and really creating an atmosphere of transparency so that people are enticed to actually come into your store and buy from you versus buying online, especially for those companies that are watching where you have a lease on a space, like a retail store lease, or you have some kind of a lease on a space that you're paying, and you're noticing more people are buying online, which is great. But why not do things that are going to entice people and inspire people to actually buy in your store? What else can I say about marketing for post-pandemic? Video is, they used to say SEO is king, search engine optimization is king, which I do agree, but I think video is king. And now that I'm here on TikTok, it's very, very clear to see that people are really enticed and people are really, really motivated to buy from content creators and people who are constantly sharing videos. I wouldn't say at high volume, but more than your competitors, more than people that actually sell what you sell. And the only way that you can get better at video marketing is by doing it every day and thinking outside of the box and being funny and being open, authentic, sharing your points of views of how things are going maybe in your family with respect to the pandemic, post-pandemic. They're saying post-pandemic. I just use that word because I don't think this pandemic is disappearing anytime soon. And then in addition to that, you want to get into the idea of not just video marketing and creating commercial type videos that are fancy and high editing, but your videos can simply be your hair's up in a bun, you don't really have anything too flossy as far as jewelry is concerned, and you're just talking about life during 2021. You're talking about where your business is at financially. If your business is thriving or if it's struggling, customers want to see these things. And I've seen many, many instances where business owners came out on their platform. Oh, thanks for joining. Of course I support BLM. Why wouldn't I? How about you? Thanks for that question, Andre, sorry. And so you want to get into, hey, Luxury, how's it going? Thanks for joining, everybody. You want to get into the habit of really having those authentic conversations with your audience, even if your business is thriving. This is so helpful. Oh, I'm glad to know that this is helping you. Yeah, even if your business is thriving and doing well, don't be afraid to tell people that. I've been noticing some weird things on the internet, especially last year, where people were shaming, life coaches and relationship coaches and therapists. Just for example, those kind of entrepreneurs. How can you take advantage of people in these days and times? Of course, everyone deserves respect. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you, Andre. We all deserve respect. And don't feel guilty for marketing your business during these days and time. That's ludicrous that anybody would expect you to stop talking about your business, marketing or branding your business, or you as a content creator to make money, especially if that's your full-time income. So don't feel uncomfortable with being shamed, or anybody trying to guilt you to talk about how successful your business is during these days and times, because that's a great way to motivate other entrepreneurs in your space that may not be doing as well as you. And if you're not doing well, that's up to you. You don't have to tell people my business is slow, but give people a reason why they can help you make your business succeed. And again, that's the authenticity, that's the brand awareness. Hello, I just posted my very first video. I'm scared to get hated on though. Hey, the Faceless Singer. I totally understand where you're coming from. One thing I can say is I've seen it all on TikTok. I've seen people of all backgrounds, attractive, not attractive, made up like they just came out of Vogue magazine and like they just stepped out of their bedroom and just finished sleeping. I don't think people really care about how you look. What I do notice on TikTok, the Faceless Singer, is I kind of find the people that get made fun of on TikTok are people who kind of like, they boast that they're this or they're that, and then to people's standards, they're not. Do you mind checking it out after? Yes, I will remember your name, the Faceless_Singer. I will do my best and check it out. But don't feel nervous. You know, I don't want to ask you too much of your business. Obviously, you have a story, but I think people really just care what you're going to say, how you're going to sound. I've seen lots of people who aren't the best dancers on TikTok, and people are encouraging them to keep going. I've seen people who, in my opinion, can't sing on TikTok or rap on TikTok, but they have a following. And, you know, back in the day, not sure if you guys know who Big Papa is or Notorious B.I.G., but that was the rapper back in the day where he was like, back in those days, Notorious B.I.G., that rapper guy, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, he wasn't the best looking rapper. And during those times, Tupac was like the best looking rapper. But Notorious B.I.G., he was not in any way attractive. But you know why he had a lot of fans and people liked his music? Because he had swag. So I know you're a faceless singer, but your swag can override whatever insecurities you have to market and brand yourself on social media. So if you believe in your voice and you think you're attractive, even on your worst day, someone might think the same way. And like I said, I don't think it's even about how you look. There are a lot of not so good looking actors and actresses and singers that are super popular. And it's not the way they look, it's their swag, it's their confidence, it's their self-esteem. Even if they have to kind of like, people say fake it till you make it. I don't agree with it, but if you have to act like you're confident in order for people to watch your content and give you feedback, I think that's better than not showing up and sharing your talent. And that's just kind of my opinion with that. But I hope that inspires you that it's not always about good looks. Like, we also know singers and models who are not the best looking, or they can't sing, or their vocal skills are not like Mariah Carey or Ariana Grande, but for whatever reason their fashion sells them, or their, I don't know, their personality sells themselves, or their come up story is very, very relatable to a lot of people, so they end up being super successful. So I think these days, whether you have talent, it's good. Whether you don't have the good looks, that's okay. But the swag and the confidence that pours out of your music and your videos, I think, is what people are looking for more than the talent. Because as I mentioned before, there are a lot of people that lack talent, but they are in the top 40 list in, you know, top songs all the time. And there are some people who are more attractive than they have talent. And, you know how that goes. But I hope that inspires you to keep going, Faceless Singer. And I'll make sure to take a look at your most recent videos and share some feedback. But that's it, everybody. That is the marketing strategy for post-pandemic. If you have a product or a service, I really hope that these tips and advice help you. I didn't prepare for this. I just kind of have been thinking about some research that I've been doing recently and some projects that I've been helping big companies in my city, and here to help you get it together. And if you have any questions about marketing and branding, you can, leave a comment, and if I follow you, you can send me a message and let me know. And hi, Daship, thanks for joining. How are you today? Happy Sunday. And so I hope this live stream helps. We are all marketing ourselves on social media. Even if you have a meme page and you're not sharing your face, you're still marketing your brand. You're creating a reputation for yourself. And so whether you have a business or not, these tips apply to even if you are an employee. When you go to work, you're marketing yourself, you're branding yourself, right? So these tips are not just for the entrepreneurs or the content creators. This is just for anybody who's watching. So hopefully this advice helps. I will make sure to go live again next Sunday. I don't necessarily have a time, but I'll change the background. And thank you so much, everybody, hey, Nazmeen, how are you? Thanks for joining me on my marketing strategy for post-pandemic. I'm feeling good. The city's reopened. Everything's open. Even movie theaters are open. Felt really good. It was like 2 years since I've been in an actual movie theater, and I watched Fast and Furious a couple weeks ago. So it feels good to go outside and see people eating out at restaurants and more cars out and about. But I'm feeling good. All right, everybody. I think I've covered all my points, but yes, I saw that. Holy moly. Yeah, I know. Next thing you know, it's going to be winter. 5 months left. It's crazy how fast this year went. But I want to thank all of you for joining me today, and I'll make sure to go live next Sunday. Think of another advice, since everybody got some feedback that people want to see more marketing stuff. So I'll do my best to get back at it. And thank you, Nazmeen. Thank you, Daship. Thank you, everybody that joined me today, followed and asked questions and left some feedback. And I hope all of you have a good evening. Okay, sounds good. I'll see you on Instagram soon. Bye, everyone.